Max Lucado wrote the stories in it, real short, really deep thinking stories. And so we're going to cover a few of those. But then he coupled up with Ron DeCiani. And Ron DeCiani has a knack for putting into pictures the story. But you've got to look for it. It is so well enfolded in the picture. So we're going to have some fun looking at these and just see what is going to, God's going to speak to us through that. So first, we had Genesis 1 what? 1:1. We're going to go through the whole Bible, by the way, today.
Is this where we're starting?
This is where we're starting.
Oh, okay. Thank you for asking me to read it. Did you want me to read it?
Yes, please.
Obviously, it's just a wonderful place. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth.
In the beginning, God. In the beginning, God. It all started there. And that's the most important thing to look at. And then God spoke. He spoke in magnificent ways. And I want you to look at the picture, and I hope if you need to move, please do, because it's worth being able to see these pictures. What jumps out at you when you look at that picture?
Well, man coming out of the water, of course, but is that God above?
Okay. What is depicted? What makes you think it's God above?
The power, the white, the light.
What does the white form?
Purity.
A hand. It's a hand reaching down out of heaven. It just happens to be something in the center of the hand.
Holy Spirit. The dove?
The dove. But it's a red dove, right where the mark would be, where we traditionally think of the crucifixion. What else do you see?
Those angels. It looks like an angel over the
To the right?
dead person's left arm.
Well, I see 4 doves. Now, in most of his painting, he will always have God the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit represented. He's thrown me a curve on this one because I don't know if anyone here can think of why he would have chosen biblically 4 doves, because we use the term 7 spirits of God, or the 7 faces of God, or facets of God. But that one I haven't figured out. I see it in the picture, and I know he puts nothing in his pictures without good purpose, but that one I haven't figured out yet. Every time I look at these, I see something new. That's what's so fun. I go back to this every once in a while, especially if there's kids around the house, because I'll sit down with them and let them find things in the picture and get a chance to share. In fact, I used this book last summer with the 3 Iranian kids, and all 3 of them came to Christ after being involved in looking at this and getting an idea of who God was and what Jesus had done. There's one I know you can't see from where you are that just blew me away. Every star has an unborn baby superimposed in it. So it's just magnificent. So out of the dust of the stars coming down on him, out of dust God made us. What do you say?
Does that look like crosses?
3 of them in the center. Coming
Just
out from the
around
hill.
his head like the...
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, like the crucifixion. Along there, yeah. And he always has crosses here. And I had not found the cross. So you found that. But in every one of his pictures, he usually have a cross and a dove and another representation.
Now, where are the 4 doves?
Okay, you've got one right above his hand, a blue one. Then you've got a green one, a yellow one, and a red one.
Where's the green one?
Yeah.
Oh, right below the yellow one.
Right below the yellow. And that, I haven't figured out what the symbology is.
All right, so assume that's Jesus, the man, with his arms outstretched.
No, that's man being created. and it's Jesus' hand that's bringing him up out of the water, mixing with the stardust, because out of the dust of the universe we're made. And so he's depicting the stardust coming down and being mixed with the water and creating a man. So, they're in white, right? He's almost like the man is facing them. He's got his face turned toward them.
There's three of them, one on each hand, isn't it? On the other hand, too.
On each hand,
On the right, there's a cross.
yeah, right on his shoulder. I see one on his shoulder there.
His left-handed, what is that?
That is the star. It's one of those stars.
Oh.
That is. That's the stars.
Does it say in the book how many things are depicted in there for you to know?
It doesn't.
So
It
you
just
go
leaves it.
on
You got
and
it. You got
on.
it, and it just leaves the mystery for you. So it's fresh and new. Even today, here we're finding something that I haven't found, and I've looked at this picture probably 20, 30 times.
My Bible says that now the earth was formless and empty, darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters.
Right. So that's depicting Christ hovering over the waters there. All right, who has John 1, 1 through 5?
Right here. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The same was in the beginning with God. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended not.
So I wanted you to just tie it together. So in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. And who is the He? Jesus. Okay. Jesus is the He that it's talking about here. He is the one who created. Everything that was created through Him, and again it's Jesus, all things were made. Without Him, nothing was made that is made. Christ is the one that holds this whole universe together, everything in it. And when He says it's done, it's done. But until then, He holds it together. And the light shines in the darkness, but the darkness has not understood it. Hasn't understood the magnificence of the Lord we serve. Now I'm going to read you the story, just a little 3-pager, but it's fun. I just want you to let your imagination go with you with this. It's neat. The father was dreaming. I could see it in his eyes. The sparkle, it was there again. What is it? What is it you see, my king? He didn't turn, but he kept gazing into the great emptiness. The massive, boundless, unending space. The more he looked, the more his eyes would dance. I knew he saw something. I looked in the same direction. I leaned forward and stared intently. All I saw was emptiness. All I ever saw was emptiness. I hadn't seen the sphere that he had pulled out of the sky. Where was that? I asked, and he began molding it in his hands. It was there, he replied, looking outward. I looked and saw nothing. When I turned, he was smiling. He knew Seraphim's vision was not too limited, was too limited. The same thing happened with the water. Where did it come from? I asked, touching the strange substance. I saw it. Michael, he chuckled as he pulled it out of the ocean from his palm. And when I saw it, I made it. I saw it near the stars. The what? The stars. Out into the void he reached. When he pulled back his hand, he kept it closed as if to entice me to lean forward. I did. And just as my face was